Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome for the first time. So we are reacting to a song that was requested by Heather. So thank you so much, Heather. And this is a song by Caeser Pink called Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And Heather mentioned in her request, said that this song is a bit controversial, but at the end it has an uplifting message. It's like a movie with villains and many characters. It has won 20 Film Festival Awards as well, so wow. Yeah, and I've never heard of the artist either before, so I'm intrigued. So let's go for it.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Black lives do not matter.
We built these streets. No, white man built these streets.
Go back to your freaking country, man.
I love African country.
You Muslim. You know what? Go back.
Very fine people. Very fine people.
Oh.
The white guy is a master race. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those welfare bums are living high on the high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every Muslim is a terrorist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Mexicans are stealing jobs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that.
I'm so like...
We gotta save the family from gay marriage. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sex is rape for the second sex. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God said abortion is murder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As a beautiful people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh. Wow, that was very different. Definitely, I don't know what. To be fair, when you say controversial, Heather, I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, definitely controversial. I would definitely say. However, that's kind of the whole point of it. And it was very chaotic as well. But I feel like that's the whole. I don't know. I feel like that was intentional potentially, because it's like it's talking about the state of the world, especially at the beginning when there was loads of like images and all of these racist comments, people like Trump, all this stuff. Yeah, I felt like it was definitely speaking on things in the state of the world, like right now, the state of society, the state of all these topics that, you know, all of these injustices, racism, Islamophobia, homophobia, all of these things that the world carries right now, you know, and it definitely speaks on unity. I think the whole point of it, like you said, Heather, is very controversial. I mean, especially this bit. I mean, come on, like, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's speaking against it, and so it's kind of making you feel uncomfortable. At least it made me feel uncomfortable. Not because, well, because the thing is, they are talking, this is like, this image right here looks very uncomfortable. You know, like it makes me feel very uneasy. But then I think that's the whole point of it. The whole point is they're exposing it, and almost like obviously the whole point of the song is to create justice, right? But I feel like because they're putting it in your face like this, as if it's normal, like they're almost normalizing it in the video to show and make people feel uncomfortable with, like, how is this normal? Like, how is this a normal thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this at one time used to be normal. People, the Ku Klux Klan used to be the norm. People used to see them. I mean, I would think the world is quite a big place, and I would potentially think that there could potentially be, in the small places of the United States, there could potentially be still clans like this. I don't know. If anybody does know, because I'm not from the States, I'm from the UK, and we don't have anything like that. In the UK, that's so overtly like this. But obviously, racism is still very much exists in England towards Black, Asian people, and just injustice and prejudice in general, to be honest with you. But I would be intrigued to know if you guys know if this is still a thing, like the Ku Klux Klan, if there's actually still exists. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, which is sad to say. So yeah, like, it's so controversial. Like, it was really groovy as well, but for the most part, I was looking more on the visuals. But there was elements of the music that I enjoyed, which was the end bit. I really liked the end bit with the harmonies. This bit, like, I think the harmonies added to the whole unity vibe of this song, especially towards the end when everyone's there and everyone's wearing those sort of like names of what people have called them, of what the hate speech, if you will, if that's what you'd say, of these things, and they're almost wearing it to show, like, yeah, that it holds no power over us, even though it can in so many ways, type thing. That's like the stand against it. But they're all united, and then that's when the harmonies come in. So yeah, instrumental wise, it was hard to pick up because I was so distracted by what was being shown. And yeah, even this bit is interesting because what does he say? What does he say here? Yeah. He says all Muslims are terrorists at this point. With this lovely Muslim lady, or a woman posing as a Muslim lady in the video, and then this guy here with the Trump hat on, with his gun, hoping that's not a real gun. I doubt it. No, that would completely defeat the whole object if it was a real gun. Yeah, and then, you know, looking like, and this flag you know, just kind of showing the hypocrisy of it all. I think that's the word that I've been looking for. It's like there's a lot of hypocrisy, and they're really highlighting the obvious hypocrisy between certain groups. You know, they call other groups terrorists and these kind of things, but are they, you know, it makes you look at things clearly and like, well, the people that maybe are talking about certain groups of people in a certain way, are they really embodying the purity and all of this stuff that they claim that the other person doesn't have? Are they even embodying it themselves? So it kind of makes you question. And yeah, like all of these little things and stuff, it's very, very colourful and like happy, but also very sort of uncomfortable. But that's, like I said, that's the whole point. It is very controversial because there's things in it that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like when they did shout out the N-word, like I don't feel like, obviously I'm assuming that no white person was saying that at that time, but then it kind of made it out like they were. So I don't know how I feel about this completely, but then again, it's still a form of sort of protest against it. So let's have a look at the comments. I'm intrigued to see what people think of this. Yeah, I really liked the grooviness of it, to be fair, as a song. But like I said, because the message and the video was so like, it brought me in. I was like, whoa, like, let's see this message. But like I said at the end here, and I love the idea of bringing the kids in. I think that's quite a lovely way to end a video of like, you know, this has all happened in the past or currently happening. All of these things that they're talking about. But then we are the future, as the children, the young kids, the young people are the future. Yeah, it was very controversial and very reflection of the times and even of times in the past, which is crazy. And it's just nice. Everyone's united and everyone's like together and stuff. I quite like it. But definitely very groovy and very funky, and I like that about the song, and I love the harmonies at the end. That was a really nice addition to it for sure. So yeah, thank you so much, Heather, for requesting this. I think this was something that was very different to what people have requested in the past, so I appreciate that. I always like to be exposed to different things and different ways of viewing things, different kinds of music, different messages, because I feel like music is definitely a way to send messages to people and a way to protest in many ways against the injustices that are happening in the world. So I think that was a great request to highlight that we continue as artists or as human beings, we should continue to create art that speaks on this, and make people in some ways feel uncomfortable, and not in a bad way, obviously, but make us feel uncomfortable enough to want to change and want to be part of the change for the world and for the betterment of the world, and to raise our children better, because it is something that's learned, you know. All of these things aren't inherent to us as human beings, I don't think, anyways. I mean, some people may argue that it's like in DNA, but I don't agree with that. I think a lot of the things that we learn, or a lot of the ways in which we can be, are taught. You know, that nature versus nurture debate. I do think that a lot of it is from our environment, is from how we're nurtured. Are we taught to hate a particular race? Are we taught to be homophobic? You know, I do believe that we are. And as the society that upholds those values as well, I can't really call them values, can I? But certain people see that as a value that they have, like being homophobic and being racist. That's their morals and values. Like, no, like, you know, some people hold it as that. So what I mean by that is like, the society is also, obviously it's formed of people, but it's like, when it's been going on for so long, it becomes the values and the morals of a society, and what kind of values and morals is that to be racist, to be homophobic, to be Islamophobic, and all those other ones, that all the other prejudices that they were touching on. Yeah, so it makes you reflect of like what kind of society and what kind of future do we want, like, for the world that we'll be in. If I guess I'm still quite young, so the world that I will be in when I'm older, and the world that I will bring my kids into. So yeah, it was really good, really very thought provoking and still funky. And I feel like that's always good to have a message. I think the video has like the strongest message, and I guess the song itself has those messages, but I think it's clearly communicated through the video. So listening to the song alone, I think you still find like the funkiness, but you still also find like the deeper messages and like the controversialness of it, which I think is good. But music is always a way to unite people. So I feel like, yeah, thank you so much, Heather, for requesting this, because I feel you have understood the concept of my channel in terms of uniting people, and this is a great song. As however controversial it is, it definitely represents the vibe and the message behind my channel, that music unites us all and shouldn't be a way to separate us and to say this person does it better or they do it better. But still acknowledging the roots of music obviously is important, but also embracing the way that everybody can embrace music and create music, and then society, uniting society, do you know what I mean? And music does that. So yeah, I don't know if I waffled towards the end there, but yeah, this is very thought-provoking, so thank you so much, Heather. I'm very grateful for you and for your request. If anybody else has a request, there is a link in my description box. And if you like the vibe that I create with my channel, you resonate with me, feel free to like and subscribe. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much, Heather, again. Thank you to everybody watching. Bye till next time.